Ryan Tannehill, 27 touchdown passes. 9 of them have gone to A.J. Brown. Tannehill, throw right side, going for Brown in the end zone. One hand, touchdown, Titans!
A lot of plays in a lot of years. That was a great play.
Henry, big hole, 10, 5, end zone. Give Henry, finds room 50. Henry, Derrick Henry. Henry 40, Henry 30, Henry 20, Henry 10, and taken down by Herndon at the 5. Gives Henry, driving forward, touchdown, Titans, Derrick Henry.
Dogs in the house, Titans, Blitz, the Blitz Lounge there. What's going on, guys? Welcome one and all to the Titans Blitz presented by Farm Bureau Health Plans. I am Lance Smith. This is the legend Eddie George, who is admiring the Blitz Lounge and the Bulldog on screen.
I love the Bulldog.
Was very taken with this Bulldog on screen.
I love that dog.
Hey, Blitz Lounge. They're excited.
I'm excited.
The Eddie coming through from homes all across the state and elsewhere. Welcome in, everybody.
Yes.
Hey, coming off a big win. What?
Man, they did what they needed to do against that team.
I'm still celebrating, but yes.
Awesome to watch.
Yeah, I mean, that's right, because we talk about this. You have to do what you're supposed to do when you're supposed to do it.
That's right.
Bengals game. But this was the game we're talking about, so we'll get into it. Did you have a good week?
Man, I had a great week.
Yeah?
Yes, it was a great week. Lo and behold, we stayed at home as usual because that's all we can do. But life is good, getting ready for the Christmas holidays, still doing my Christmas shopping online.
Oh, very nice.
And that's it, man.
Very smart. All right, let's get into it. Let's kick off the show. And let's talk about this 31-10 victory. It's time now for 4 Downs with Eddie, presented by Corson Fire and Security. Eddie, man, we're witnessing greatness. Mm-hmm. We witnessed it last year over and over again. Henry again, the first down here. Yeah. 26 carries, 215 yards, and 2 TDs.
I mean, the guy just continues to impress week in and week out. It's almost like he rolls out of bed, it's automatically 100 yards. And he's doing it with decisive cuts, cutting back, running defenders over, running away from them, using speed, power, agility, his leadership capability. He's a home run hitter.
Yeah.
He can hit he can close out games. I mean, he's doing everything. I mean, you're seeing a full arsenal of what every running back wants to have. And he's having a dream season.
Yeah.
This is what every back dreams about.
Not
only are you on the cusp of rushing for almost 2,000 yards a season, but your team is winning.
Yes.
And that's a beautiful combination.
Perfect complementary football. Of course, I mean, this game started, though. Moving on to second down here. We'll talk Henry some more, I promise you. But moving on to second down here, Tannehill near flawless. When the game first started, obviously we knew Henry was going to do his thing, but Tannehill was on fire, finding A.J. Brown, 9 targets, 7 catches for 112 yards. Of course, the big touchdown. The flea flicker that wasn't even necessary because it was actually quite contested, but AJ, catches it.
That's what he does.
But Tannehill really in control of this offense.
Yeah, when you have a quarterback who was efficient, 19 for 24, 212 yards, 2 touchdowns, 0 interceptions, 0 turnovers, protecting the football, making great decisions downfield. You see the strike here to A.J. Brown, which was a phenomenal throw and catch. Yeah. When you're able to do that and have balance as an offense, again, we talk about this week in and week out. It's about picking your poison.
Yeah.
And they have perfect balance right now. I think, regardless of what happened against Cleveland a couple weeks ago, they're still the most dangerous offense in all of football because they can run it and throw it effectively and wear down on teams.
Yeah.
This offense is extremely dangerous right now.
Yeah, say what you will for the Chiefs, big offense like that. Maybe put the Rams in that conversation in terms of offenses. Ours is something special, something different, and when it is clicking, you're right. You've said this a lot this season, especially. there's something just almost methodically perfect about it.
Right.
Especially when they're executing that way.
When in the offensive line, for me, is probably the MVP of this team. Derrick is doing his thing, granted, but those guys up front, how they've been able to manage losing your starting left tackle at the beginning of the year, and then plug and play guys in and still have the ability to not create holes, but obliterate holes open. I mean, just annihilate the defensive front has been really remarkable to see that with guys that they had to plug and play with a makeshift offensive line. They did an outstanding job so far.
They really have. They totally opened up the doors for Derrick and kept Tannehill upright. Moving on to third down here. Of course, we're talking all this offense. You got to talk about the defense in this game because the defense was shining. Malcolm Butler, Mac Biz had a day. Yes, he had the interception, of course, which I believe we're looking at right here. But he was white on rice. I mean, he was locking guys down. It was beautiful to see. But not just Malcolm Butler. Ty Smith is getting involved in the game. Again, guys stepping up. The defense, again, for lack of a pass rush, shutting things down. Hey, we talked about this in our keys to victory last week, was to shut down this undrafted free agent James Robinson, who is really lighting it up. He's going to be a nice back to watch in this league. The dude had 20 yards rushing, and then he had one 47-yard scamper, of course, adding to his total, giving him 67 total yards. But for the most part, all game, shut down.
Yeah, and coming into this game, he was the focal point for their offense. They're 1-11 or 1-12 at this point in time, but coming into this game 1-11, and the last 4 games they lost by single digits. So they were playing teams tough. So I anticipated this would be a much better contest, more competitive because it's an in-division game, and Robinson was fantastic coming into it, and they were able to shut him down and make him, a non-factor.
Yeah, well, also, Mike Glennon, a non-factor. Bring in Gardner Minshew, still a non-factor, although he can scramble. Moving on to fourth down quickly, we just got to highlight the little things. Look, for me, it was the 9 seconds to put the team into field goal position with the Corey Davis quickly to the sideline. How clutch is he, by the way? And then Johnny Smith right here, quickly call a timeout.
I mean, that's it. 2 big plays right there to put you up, to set your field goal kicker up, and he nails it right down the pipe.
50-yarder.
A 50-yarder. But again, Corey Davis, an unsung hero in this offense. To me, he shines brighter than a lot of these guys that we're talking about. Derrick Henry, A.J. Brown, Corey Davis comes up with big catch after big catch. I mean, you need a guy that you can rely on in an offense that you can say, hey, who can I go to 3rd and 5, 3rd and 10, 4th and whatever. He's Mr. Hands right now playing out of his mind.
He really, really is. Of course, there was also that fake punt, which is really nice. But anyway, moving on. Guys, you know what? 15 minutes can save you 15% or more on your car insurance. With that, we'll go to break with our Geico Fast 15. Stick around. Titans Blitz. We'll be right back. Let me hear you, Blitz Lounge.
Let's go.
Right hash, snap, set. Rosa's kick is blocked. It goes up in the air. DeZubnar lets it go. Give Henry. Pitch back Tannehill. Throw right side going for Brown in the end zone. One hand. Touchdown, Titans. Oh, man. Oh, that's crazy, Arthur won.
He needs 2 yards to keep this game moving on.
You see what you're made of when you go through something tough.
Steady rainfall.
And yeah, it's been a tough year. But Tennesseans are built for this. Grit passed down through generations. We look for it. We like it that way.
How did he do it? Touchdown!
Tough. Tennessee tough.
Welcome back to the Titans Blitz, presented by Farm Bureau Health Plans. Lance and Eddie back with you. Halftime here on the show. If you were watching, you probably just saw the Tennessee Tough piece that we air all the time. You know one of my favorite things about that piece?
What's that?
You waving that towel saying, come on! Hyping up the crowd. Now, something that we've seen for the past couple seasons now, people talk about it online. They love it, anticipate it every week for this games. It's your hype pieces,
Oh, man. It actually, I give a lot of credit to David upstairs. And you've helped out with the scripts and all of that.
Yeah.
And I just try to do my part and just try to bring it to life as best I can, man. So it's a lot of fun, a great team effort to make it happen. And I guess you fans have enjoyed it. I'm pretty sure they're like, I'm tired of seeing this guy every single week.
No. Look, it's all Derrick Henry and all our Titans and all our football talk. But I want to celebrate you right now, my man. These hype pieces are killer. Take a look at this.
The Kansas City Chiefs. The Buffalo Bills. I ain't gonna lie, I got some pretty sweet memories in this stadium.
But today, right from the get-go, we must set the tone.
My favorite part about doing the hype videos with the Titans is it's kind of evolved. Just being creative, just different spots, different feel, the feel of it, the tone of it, depending on the opponent. You know, Baltimore just brings out a different vibe in me.
Back to the scene of the crime, the site where the Tennessee Titans stole the hopes of the #1 team in football. Remember this?
Ball is loose. There's a fight for it. Titan ball. Big Jeff.
How about this one?
Can he hold it? Yes.
Woo!
Much like Pittsburgh, the Colts. So I try to rely on my past experience with each team, given the magnitude of the game, and just try to have fun and be creative with it. They're long days, no doubt, but it allows me to just to be me and to have fun and a chance to excite the fans. You know, what gets me pumped is I look on Twitter and people are like, oh, I can't wait to see this hype video this week. What is it going to be, you know? And I'm anxious too. The one valuable thing that I've learned playing with the Titans that I've taken to my acting career is to be selfless. Don't try to be the superstar. Just do your job extremely well and be real to your authentic self.
We'll do it one more time.
It's meaningful to be a part of the Titans organization because this is where my career had continued. I was a part of that first wave of Titans to bring the NFL to Middle Tennessee. Bud Adams gave me an opportunity in 1996 to fulfill a childhood dream and trusted me to be the running back for this franchise. And I was going to do my best while I was playing for them, and as long as their doors are open for me and there is a mutual respect for one another, I'm always going to do what I can do for the organization.
Yeah, like that. Like that. Oh, man. Look, as a fan, thank you for what you continue to do for this team, this brand. You're one of the best ambassadors for this game,
man.
not just this team. And thank God you're ours.
Thank you, man. But, you know, it's been great. You know, when you play with guys like Kevin Dyson and Frank Wycheck, Steve McNair, Javon Curse, I represent that era. You know, Zach Pillar, those guys. And it's just a privilege to still be a part of the organization. Thank you guys for still having me come in, giving the old guy an opportunity to talk about the game that I love and the city that I love and the team that I love. And it's great. So I'm going to continue to, hopefully, if you guys invite me back to keep doing it,
please.
I'd love to do it. So, yeah.
Please, love this guy right here. Love that. Thank you, Eddie. All right, well, we got to talk about more football on the other side. Keys to victory against the Lions coming to Nissan Stadium. Stick around. Titans Blitz. We'll be right back.
There we go.
There we go. Eddie. Welcome back to the Titans Blitz. Presented by Farm Bureau Health Plans. I'm Lance, and this is Eddie George. All right, it's 2-minute warning here on the show. We got the Lions coming to town. Eddie, did you know that the Titans have never lost to the Lions?
Oh, I knew that.
Yeah.
I was on a few of those teams.
Yeah.
You can't lose to the Titans.
The franchise, it was, I think, in '95 was the last.
Last time, right?
Yeah. Or I'm sorry, the Titans never lost to the Lions, yes. Right. So here's the deal. This game still means something. People look at it, oh, it's just the Lions. We have 3 games to go.
Yep.
we got to take care of business because the Colts are running neck and neck.
Neck and neck, yeah. And they seem to be picking up steam as well. And you don't want to lose a game to a team like the Lions so they can pick up ground on you.
Right.
And the bottom line is this time of year, these are the games where you have to get better. Your opponent is not the Lions, is not going to be the Texans, is not going to be the Green Bay Packers.
Okay.
It's going to be against yourself.
All right.
Because they set such a high standard of what they can do. So now every week you've got to improve in all those areas where they are weak, like the back end of the secondary, or getting a pass rush up front, being more consistent offensively, being better on third downs. All those areas where they have showed signs of weakness and where they have been exposed to a bit, that has to tighten up, no pun intended.
Yeah.
But those are the areas that they have to do. So that being said, they've got to attack the Lions early.
Right. So, all right, avoid the trap game is what we're saying with the first key there. And the second key, you just mentioned it. We don't know if it's going to be Stafford or not. Probably not.
Doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter, right? But like you said, use this. You can't want to say this practice. That's disrespectful to the game. But you've got to, like you said, sharpen
You've got
up.
to improve.
We've not had a pass rush.
Right. You're now preparing for the second half of the season, for the playoffs, for the postseason. So you have to develop some type of pass rush. You can't just say, we're good right now. Every time you step on the football field, you've got to get better. Every time you step in between the white lines of a competitive environment, you must get better. That is imperative. So that being said, no matter if it's Stafford or who's back there, Jack Daniels, whoever it is, they've got to attack him and attack him early.
All right, well, final key to victory here. Look, Derrick Henry is doing amazing things on the football field. So play action this thing to death. Light him up. Because, I mean, they're going to key in on him, right?
Yeah, you figure that their number one job is to stop 22 at all costs.
Yeah.
No one has been able to do that. The Lions haven't been very good against the run. And Derrick Henry has his eyes set on 2000 and the MVP-type season and the playoff run, a deep playoff run, and hopefully a Super Bowl run as well. This young man is hungry, so the Lions have their a long day ahead of them, so they're going to try to stop him for sure.
They are 29th in the league against the rush.
Oh, man.
Jacksonville was 30th, so it could be another one of those days.
Yeah, it could be. It might be slow early on, but as it goes on, if the game is tight and the Titans have a lead, 22 is going to pop one off on you at some point in time and change the course of this game.
And we've seen Derrick on the sideline talking to Mike Vrabel. Let me get one more. Let me get one more. He just if he gets, I think it's 153 yards a game for the next 3 games, the man hits 2K. So we'll talk more Derrick Henry on the side. I got something to show you. So do stick around. We got more Titans Blitz on the other side. We will be right back. Blitz Lounge is hyped up. What's going on? Welcome back to the Titans Blitz, presented by Farm Bureau Health Plans. Lance and Eddie back with you overtime here on the show. And real quick, before we get to this last thing, I want to show you our raffle. We got some numbers up. Make sure you're entering to win this thing, okay? The jackpot's just over $21,000 right now. TennesseeTitans.com/raffle. A chance to win up to $100,000. Again, proceeds benefit the Titans Foundation. That's brought to you by BetMGM. Great stocking stuffer. Get a bunch of tickets. All right, so we've been talking about it. Derrick Henry. All eyes on Henry as he does amazing things on the football field. We're not the only ones watching. One other king is watching. Check this out.
Yeah, King. Yeah, King. Let's go.
There we go. So LeBron James is watching football like the rest of us and in awe of so King James to King Henry there. That's amazing.
It is.
That's
right?
awesome.
King recognizes King, and the greatest, of this era, LeBron James recognizing the greatest possible player in Titans history.
What?
Derrick Henry. That's awesome. That's awesome.
That is humbling.
Awesome.
It's
really
amazing. But now I ask you, in your playing days, because dude, when you were running the ball and we watched you just the same, did anybody from another sport or some field, someone high up, reach out and watch your game?
It's funny because King James, for me was Michael Jordan.
Right.
So Michael Jordan reached out to me a couple of times, like, oh, big fella, that was a great game. In fact, we were in D.C. for the All-Star game, and then I'm sitting out in the audience, and MJ's in the booth. He yells up for me to come up. Me, Jerome Bettis, a couple other people were standing there. I'm just like,
yeah.
He's talking to me like, hey, man, you know, like, I'm just a regular guy. And I'm like, I'm not a regular, you're Michael Jordan. I'm like, oh, my God, this is crazy.
That's mind-blowing.
That was crazy
That's awesome.
to me.
See, and you didn't have the Twitter and the Instagram.
No. That's why I think it was much better. So for me, it was
That
great.
is so cool. Michael Jordan.
MJ.
I love it.
Yes.
MJ. All right, guys. Hey, we're on a roll. We're looking at a 10-win season, but we got to get the job done first. Lions coming to town. We got to do this. We got to tighten up, as always. I'll see you next week. Let's hear it. Boom.